Long before Terry was a legend of the baggage handling industry, he was a key player at the heart of the automotive boom of the 70s and 80s.
Tell me a little bit about how you got started in this industry. It seems like you got a unique, interesting story.
I got started back in '72. A friend of mine was with Rapistan and he wanted somebody to go on the road with him, talk to me about it, so I got involved in it and wound up getting my book and everything worked out, and he didn't have any work right then. The job had been put off, so I went out of the hall and went to work for Jervis B. Webb.
So you mentioned book in the hall.
Yeah.
What were you?
Millwright.
Millwright. What intrigued you about that, getting into that trade?
I've always been sort of a mechanic.
Yeah.
I just thought it would be interesting.
Going on the road, that must have been a challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it though.
What places did you venture to?
Did a lot of work around Atlanta, around Georgia in the early years, mostly between the Lakewood GM plant and Doraville GM plant.
Have you seen changes much in the industry?
Seen a lot of changes,
Yeah.
especially in the safety part of it. In the early days when I worked at General Motors at Lakewood, we'd hang 20-foot monorail on our shoulder and climb a wooden step ladder and clamp it off, weld it, and go to the next one. And there wasn't any scissor lifts.
Hell, they didn't even know about fall protection back then.
We never saw a safety belt.
Yeah. Bottom dollar, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it was norm back then.
Yeah.
Looking back on it, it was crazy.
And these are primarily all automotive plants back
It was
then?
then, yeah.
Yeah. For who?
For Jervis B. Webb.
Yeah. But like what client? Was it the big three or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mainly General Motors.
General Motors. Okay.
I did one project in the Ford plant in Atlanta, and that was it. Everything else was General Motors up until Nissan in the 90s.
Okay. And that was over in Smyrna, Tennessee
Yeah.
then?
Yeah.
Nice. So if you were doing power and free for Jervis B. Webb, a lot of that must have been the assembly shops, or paint shops. That's primarily where those.
We did the entire plant on Oklahoma City.
Okay.
I did the first 3-rail monorail that was ever put up. Did that one, moved on down to Shreveport, Louisiana, put up the first inverted power and free. And from there up to the Corvette plant and converted a Chrysler plant to making Corvettes.
Was that a lot of modifications and new infrastructure into existing facilities, or were these a lot of new plants actually?
I did a lot of new plants.
A lot of new plants.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the Arlington GM plant, we totally gutted the whole plant, went back in with conveyors, new systems when they converted from car to truck.
Okay.
And then when they converted from rear wheel to front wheel drive, a few years later, car to truck. And the last time was just, they were still making trucks, but we just gutted the whole plant, added a paint shop.
Right.
And actually we fabricated everything just a few blocks off the site.
Okay.
Had raw steel come in on trucks, and we fabricated it, painted it, sent it back out.
Crazy back then how it was done.
When they got ready to shut the plant down, as soon as it was gutted, we started in with one end with semi-trucks, flatbed trailers, and started unloading, going right in there. We had the modules pre-made. Trucks go out the door, another one come in, we just kept going right on down the line. We had it up and running in 60 days.
Pretty impressive.
That's the entire plant.
That takes some good management and some good teamwork.
And it took a lot of good people.
Yeah.
We had 300-something people at a time.
So then you made a transition from the automotive to the baggage handling systems.